Hi and welcome to Quirky Books with Katie. Today I am going to be talking about the book Dollhouse by Anya Allyn. And I was sent this book to review from Paper Lantern Lit Publishing Company. I was recently named a member of the PLL Trendsetters, which is a group of teens that talk about and review books in order to help support this independent publishing company. In case you haven't heard of the book Dollhouse, it is about a group of 4 friends who go onto the mountain to work on a school project, and one of them disappears. When this happens, a lot of scandal arises. One of the people in the group is blamed, so they go off into the woods to try and find this girl, and they find her, but it is not what they think. And this book is kind of described as being a bit of like a horror with a bit of some paranormal elements mixed in. So this book was unlike anything I've ever read before. It did have a bit of a horror aspect. The book is called Dollhouse for a reason. I'm not going to explain why it's called Dollhouse because that's a bit of a spoiler, but if you get creeped out by dolls, I would not recommend this book. But I don't read a lot of creepy stuff, so I was very sufficiently creeped out by this, and I actually liked that. Another really good thing about this book was definitely the writing style. The book was very descriptive, and I really got kind of a good picture of the setting and what was going on, and I felt like that really added to the creepiness of the book. The majority of this book takes place in someone's basement, and it is just so creepy. Now, I did have some problems with this book. I feel like the characters were not very well developed. Although they were written well, I didn't really form an emotional attachment to the characters, and I felt like a lot of the things that were going on weren't very well explained, and I would have liked to have seen more. And the ending, you did not really get to see a lot of closure. Although I did think that this was an enjoyable book. If you like horror or stuff pertaining to dolls, then I think you should definitely go check this out. So, kind of in celebration of reading this book, I decided to talk about some of my favorite dark romances. And how I'm going to classify these as dark romances is that either the characters have something dark in their past, or their relationship is just really in a bad place, or something has happened. You'll see when I talk about it. The first dark romance I'm going to be talking about is Legend by Marie Lu. I know you guys probably know what this book is about: futuristic society, dual points of view. I classify this as a dark romance because fairly early into the first book, June does something today's family that really alters their relationship, and they really can't get past that. And it is something, I'm not going to say what it is because it's a spoiler, and it really drives their relationship in the series, and it makes for a lot of interesting plot points and some really awesome, amazing romance. Next on my list of dark romance is Faking Normal by Courtney C. Stevens. I know you guys are probably asking, why do you classify this as dark romance? The main character has recently had a horrific event happen to her. She was raped, and the other main character in this book, Bodhi, who is the love interest, his father recently died. And these two, through having a relationship with each other, they start out as friends and end up becoming something more. They really help to heal each other's past, but there are so many skeletons in their closet, and through each other they really help to work through these issues. Next, we have maybe the epitome of dark romance, and that is The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. I'm in love with this book, in case you did not know, and this is a story of a girl named Mara. She thinks that she's going crazy, and she moves to a new town, and she meets this hot British guy named Noah Shaw, who is absolute perfection, by the way. And Noah kind of seems to know what's going on with Mara, even though she doesn't know. These two have a very messed up relationship, but that's what makes it work. They help each other, they try to fix their issues, and oh my god, Noah Shaw is just perfection. Next, we have Forbidden by Tabitha Suzuma, and this book is very controversial. It is about 2 siblings that end up falling in love, and what I really liked about this book was that it was unlike anything I have ever read before, and even though these two are siblings, they've had to raise their younger siblings and basically take care of their house their entire lives. They've never really had the chance to be kids, and through each other, basically these brother and sister, they're each other's only form of happiness. And this book just tore me to pieces, and I cried for about an hour straight after reading it. And last but not least, we have one of my favorite books of all time, and that is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. This is the story of a woman named Jane Eyre, and she goes to work as a governess at Thornfield Hall, where she meets the brooding Mr. Rochester. And they begin to form a bit of a romantic relationship, and then Jane realizes that Mr. Rochester has a skeleton in his closet, almost quite literally, and this romance in this book is one of the best of all time. It's just so angsty and confusing, and you don't know what's going on, and it's really creepy, and it is just such an amazing book. So let me know in the comments down below what your favorite dark romances are. Thank you to Paper Lantern Lit for giving me the opportunity to read this book and do this video. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you again soon.